New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Good morning and hi, how are you? My name is Laura and I am here on New Thought Media Network sharing a prayer for this morning. It's 3:15 here in the UK and I think 8:15 Mountain Time. So I know that wherever we are on this beautiful planet, that it really is irrelevant what time it is, because right here and right now, there is this moment where we know we are one, we are connected, we are here, united in this oneness together. And that in the mind of God, in the mind of the divine, there's no kind of judgment on where I am and where you are. Because if we meet together right now here, heart to heart, mind to mind, through New Thought Media Network as our vehicle, we know that we are in this perfect place to pray together. And I know that prayer is so powerful. I use prayer regularly, and I have done for many years as a part of my spiritual practice. So I empower you or inspire you maybe to begin to use prayer more for your life on a daily basis. Using prayer doesn't mean that it's an act of a chore or something that we do because we think it needs to be done for our lives to be better. It's a place where we get to commune in the silence, in that beautiful sanctuary space that we know of, where the divine is. Of course, God is in everything. And yet in that place, we have a deeper connection, because in that place, we can state our truth and we can be heard also, and we can listen. And that's what we're doing in prayer. We're creating this beautiful atmosphere, if you like, where we are saying what it is that we know as truth for our lives. And the first two steps of an affirmative prayer will do that very clearly and boldly, where we know that God is and I am. And that's what we do in a spiritual mind treatment. So it's very powerful. And it's a practice of joy. And if you can get more into a regular habit, if you like, of praying morning and evening and in the middle of the day and whenever, there is no kind of set time. It's about us being in the consciousness of prayer and being open to use prayer for our lives. So join me right now. If you're here and watching, you're on New Thought Media Network. And if there's something you'd like in particular held in prayer, then please type that into the comments and I will speak on that truth in the spiritual mind treatment that I'm going to share right now with you. For me, I feel inspired to pray on a knowing of courage. I was just with Debbie Clement Large in Mama Power, and we kind of touched on courage and having courage for our lives in those leaps that we take intentionally, and maybe where we feel that we're being kind of leapt into something, or the rug's been pulled from us, or that life is showing us a situation that we are scared and we don't feel that we have that sense of control. Well, I know that there's this place within us where everything is always working perfectly. And I know there's this place that we can touch into that is that place of courage. And so if you'd like to join me right now in this, then I invite you to close your eyes for a few minutes just make sure that you're sitting comfortably or even standing. It doesn't matter, as long as there are no distractions around and it's safe for you to do so, to close your eyes and take a breath here. Because I know that when we close our eyes and come away from the distractions for a few moments, that we have this deeper opportunity to commune within, to connect, to become centered and grounded with this thing itself that I know of as God. And the purpose of this spiritual mind treatment right now is to know courage for each of us, to know this resilience and resourcefulness that is in our hearts, that is seeded within us, and that is our nature. Because I know that this one God, this one presence and power that is here right now, that always has been and always will be, is the eternal and infinite. And it is the idea of all of life. It is the idea of this experience that we are living through, that we are experiencing. And that in this idea is the infinite. And that this infinite is expressing through everything, as everything, in everything right now. And it always has. And so the potential for possibilities is beyond what I can imagine or what you can imagine. And so as I tap into this now, as I willingly go there and tap into this, I know that I am tuning into this infinite potentiality and that I am one with this. And as I am one, so are you. That each of us are completely and divinely connected. There is no separation. We are one living presence, with the presence living through us. And so I realize that courage is an attribute that we each have. And I know that as we go through our daily lives and as we journey the adventure of our lives, whatever seeming challenges come into our experience, I know that we turn to that virtue of courage. And I know that that virtue of courage turns to us and shows us where we can stand up and be the power for our own lives, where we have that discernment to say yes and to say no, and to believe in what we believe in and to stand in that belief. And so I know that it's courage that is fueling us right now. In our hearts, courage, the French for courage, the bold heart. I know that each of us are that. And that as we let go of any idea of feeling less than or feeling not worthy or not good enough or not accepted by others or by ourselves, as we dissolve those ideas and come back to that truth, that knowing of how God loves us, how the divine absolutely envelopes us in its heart, that in there is courage. Courage to be true, courage to be strong, courage to be powerful, courage to say what we are being called to say, courage to stand up and be bold and be that divine expression, that uniqueness of who we are. And I know that right now we are being challenged to step into this courage, because with this courage there is a knowing of the power and the strength of who we are, and that is God. God is always saying yes. God is always showing us God is always leading us. And it is like in the prodigal son, where as the son reached out, God reached out. And that is a metaphor for each of our lives right now, that as we reach out, the divine grasps our hands and our hearts and shows us the way. And so I know that we each have the courage to surrender to the divine, to the voice, to the message, to the wisdom. And this I know to be true. And this is exciting. This is an adventure of newness, of possibility, of potentiality. And I know that as I speak my word, that this demonstration is done. And I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful for New Thought Media Network, for showing up as the platform and ministry that it is to provide this space for prayer daily. And I'm so grateful for the courage that is now here in my heart, in your heart, for each of us to live our divine truth, to know who we are, to come away from any idea of feeling less than and standing up to the courage, with the courage, to the knowing of who we are. As I breathe this in and I let go into the one mind, into the heart, into the mind of God, knowing that this is seeded and that courage is who we are. This strength and this power, this love as we surrender, I know this is all God. And with more gratitude, I release my word into the one mind, knowing that this is done, knowing that all is well and all is good and all is love. And so it is. And as we open our eyes and know that we are blessed, that we are loved. And if you aren't actually able to or haven't yet, hi Martha, beautiful, or haven't yet, don't feel strong enough or knowing enough to pray for yourself every day, then you have more than two, but you have a couple of options here. You can tune into New Thought Media every day at this time, 8:15 in the morning, Mountain Time, or 8:15 in the evening, Mountain Time, and you will be assisted through prayer, with me, with others on a daily basis. And then when you feel like this is it, you can do this yourself, of course, tuning in here, because it's great to have others praying with us and for us. And knowing that God is, I am, I know, thank you, and letting it go. It's as simple as that. And if you want to write that down, that's the very, very simplified process of a 5-step treatment. God is, and we talk about that. I am that. I am one with that. I know this now to be true. Thank you. And then letting it go. And that is a treatment. And that is what we do here daily on New Thought Media Network. So it's a blessing to be here with you. And Martha, great to meet you here. Yes, all things are opportunity and there's infinite possibility. I get to move forward. Absolutely, you do. Yeah, I love it. So I'm going to leave now because that is time for me to move on. And there is another broadcast that will be coming up soon on New Thought Media Network as soon as this finishes. So stay here and let these programs come into your heart and into your mind with all of the teachings that are coming through on the network. I think next is Rev Melissa. You will enjoy her with her morning sip. Until next time here on New Thought Media Network, knowing love for you in your heart, and have a blessed day wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Love and blessings. I'm leaving with a video. Bye.
New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.